On this episode of Marko and Customs, me and my buddy Justin here are going to go 600 kilometers to Calgary and back and pick up a Nash Metropolitan on the snowiest day of the week. Perfect. Hey YouTubers, Marko here with Marko Custom Fab. We're taking the trip in my 1986 Dodge Ram with 93 running gear and a Cummins turbo intercooled diesel. This truck here is the truck I used. I paid $750 for it, and surprisingly I sold the running gear and chassis for the same money I paid for the truck. Cleaned it all up, put it back together, used the 93 harness and everything out of the truck from headlights to taillights. And I had to put a 3-inch body lift in to clear the floor for that 5-speed get reg and the 4x4 transfer case. So now we hit the road. We're gonna leave my place and I got the trailer, Justin. I just got to stop and get some diesel, motion lotion as you will, to make the trip. So yeah, it's pretty exciting. It's a cold day. We're supposed to get snow. Kind of a risky business to head down to Calgary. Highway 2 is one of the most deadly highways in Alberta. And yeah, if we got the kind of snow that they were talking about, it would have been a pretty treacherous trip. So anyway, we got loaded up. Let's hit the road and let's leave Edmonton. I'm quite excited. The car I'm going to pick up is a 1957 Nash Metropolitan, and it's a car that like I said in my last video there, I got a 1960, and this thing popped up on Kijiji, and I just was really excited to go pick it up, thinking that it's a pretty clean car. I could throw an engine trans in it, maybe get it running, do the brakes, take it out on the road and go for a drive maybe for this summer. Yeah, this is the car that was on the ad, 1957 Nash Metropolitan, like I was saying. Pictures are pretty cool, pretty clean. I thought it just had some surface rust, maybe was an original paint car when I first saw it. Turns out it's been painted once, as the guy told me on the phone. So look, they're above the taillights. Usually they're rusted out. Usually the bottom of the fenders. So it's a pretty clean looking car. Kind of excited to pick it up. Apparently has a floor in it. And there's some extra parts out of an MG Midget. Front disc brakes, 4-speed transmission. Also came with the engine, the 1800. So yeah, we're heading down the highway down to Calgary. And I just thought I'd talk about the car. Maybe a lot of people don't know exactly what a Nash Metropolitan is. It's a car that was manufactured by Austin and the BMC, the British Motor Corporation. It had started in 1954 was the first model, and the last model was in 1962. I have a 1960, and it has the big differences. It has a trunk lid, and it has vent windows. So the car I'm picking up is a 57, which has a 1-piece side glass. The back window looks like it's in 3 pieces, and it has no trunk lid, so you have to access that cavity through the back seat. That's pretty cool. So yeah, here we are. We're arrived, got the car, got it loaded up. Just got all the parts in the box of the truck. So I got the front suspension out of the Midget with the disc brakes, the rear end. There's the 1800cc engine, and I'll talk about that engine here. This is the car looks pretty straight, pretty solid. So I was kind of excited. A little bit crustier underneath than I was hoping for, but we'll evaluate it when I get it back to Edmonton. So yeah, let's hit the road. So yeah, BMC makes the engine that's in that car. It's that car was actually sold under 3 names. It was an Austin Metropolitan, a Nash Metropolitan, and was a Hudson Metropolitan. And the Hudson had different chrome, different grille, but the Austin Metropolitan and Nash Metropolitan, the only difference was the Nash was left-hand drive. The Austin version was right-hand drive, and the car had no other name badging on it other than the word Metropolitan. So there's an M on the hubcaps, the word Metropolitan, and M badges on the grille, things like that. But it never said Austin or Nash on the car anywhere. The engine in that car is a B series, which was produced by BMC Motors and ran from 1954 to 1980. And it had the smallest displacement of 1.2 liters and the biggest displacement of 2.4 liters. So they also came in a 3 main bearing configuration and a 5 main bearing configuration, and the earlier ones were 3 main bearing. And they're quite strong engines, and sometimes some racers will say that the 3 main bearing engine has less rotating friction than a 5 main bearing engine, so they prefer it. And some people say they want the 5 main bearing because they're just a little bit stronger. So anyway, yeah, this is the car. We're heading back to Edmonton, and it's starting to get a little bit dark. We arrived in Edmonton around 6:30 p.m. and so by that time it was pretty dark at this time of year. Me and Justin were just having a blast talking about his car, my car, the plans. And when we got back to Edmonton, it just started to snow. And when I parked the truck and trailer and had to go in for supper, came back out, there was about 3 inches of snow on everything in about 1 hour. So it snowed really heavy. I got everything unloaded, and the next morning I woke up to probably like 5.5 inches of snow on everything. We just had a big dump of snow. So yeah, as you can see, it's getting late, and there's the little Nash behind us. Kind of exciting. So it was a fun trip. Did about 3.5 hours each way. So I was pretty tired. I didn't film unloading, but here's the next day. I woke up, the car is just covered in snow. Truck's covered in snow. I moved it though. I had to clean the driveway and do all that. So I did the filming the next day. And yeah, that's the little Nash. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like, please subscribe. And I want to get more like this and do more like road trips and stuff. It'd be pretty cool if you like that. Let me know.